All right guys, welcome back to Drive It Out. My name is Adam and we are at the 2021 SEMA Show. So excited to be here and I cannot tell you how especially stoked I am about the vehicles I'm next to right now. This is the Hummer EV. And I want to show these because they've got a few different additions here, a few different iterations of this vehicle here. So I kind of want to walk you through all of them. But let's start with this one. They're the Edition 1 Hummer EV, right? You can get this up to 1,000 horsepower, right? You got a lot of battery in there. It's 24 module battery system, right? So this one here has the 18-inch wheels, big tires. It's ready to go off-road, and it looks really good in this with this white and this black contrast. But the size of this vehicle actually kind of surprises me. Like, you know Hummers to be really, really large, and don't get me wrong, it's a big vehicle, but it looks really usable and livable. Like, I could live with this, I could park this in my garage, but I will not underestimate the fact that I know it is a very wide vehicle. But the technology they put on this is so cool. You see the side view camera here under the mirror, and this is a really sharp looking mirror. You've got these awesome glass roof panels in here, and look at those big screens, if you can see it, the big displays in front of the driver and for the rest of the passengers. So much to see in there. The way they've tricked these things out are awesome. You can see that you're gonna have comfortable seating for up to 5 people in there. Just what a cool vehicle to see it in person. We actually got to see it driving last night. Just so awesome. You get back here and you've got this big truck bed. Of course, you've got the LED taillights, LED headlights all the way around. And look at this, it just looks like this thing's ready to tow the world. So really into this. This thing looks really good when it lights up too. Very cool, but I want to take you next over here. This isn't the truck version, this is the SUV version. And look at this, I'm especially digging the color on this one. Now, for example, how this one is different. Obviously it's not the truck version, but it's got much bigger setup with the wheels and the tires. Like, those are 22-inch wheels, but they set this thing off really, really nice. And again, you come along here and you can see inside the interior, you've got those nice glass roof panels, but see what they've done. You've got nice lighting coming in here to really see what they've done with that interior and the creature comforts that they put in there. It'll be really awesome. Now this one is a little bit different setup than the one I just showed you a second ago. This one is a 20 module Ultium battery system. So it's got the E four-wheel drive and all that, but it's 830 horsepower. So it's, you know, if 1,000 horsepower is too much for you, 830 horsepower if you want to putt around town, right? It's only 830. So, but look at this thing lit up. It looks really cool. They put a lot of thought into the design of this thing and the way it looks, and I think they've done a bang-on job. The headlights are unique. If you don't know, you've got a unique setup in the headlights that kind of shows the battery level when this thing is charging. Just what a cool and menacing thing. To see this coming down the road at you is so unique. And what they've done, you notice that they've all got the black roofs, the black A-pillars, right? And it kind of just gives it that, even more of that squatty, serious look that you're gonna get from it. Now this is cool. This is an off-road racer here, right? So this thing races an Off-Road Extreme E Racing Series. And that's super cool to see that Hummer is already getting into that space. And what a wild thing it would be to race one of these things across the desert, across the sand, across the dirt. You've got to know that that is just an experience unlike any other. But I want to show you last of all, look what they did with this one here. Now this one here has a soft top setup, but look what they've added up top. You've got a tent, right? So this one has all kinds of extra accessories on it. But this roof cross rail setup that you've got here in the back, so that you can kind of do this overlanding thing and you can camp out, is super cool. And I like the touch of the bronze wheels on this to just kind of contrast a little bit, and it's actually got bronze insignia on parts of the vehicle too. But come around back and look what they've got here in the back, the way they've got you set up for this truck. They've really thought about the ways that you can accessorize this. Now, GMC, remember, you'll recognize this maybe from some GMC trucks. They've got this awesome tailgate, drops down, and you've got a Bluetooth sound system here that you can work with, and then obviously you've got the different ways that the tailgate comes down and works as a step stool as well. And you can get these outfitted with power rear tailgates, power swinging gates as well. And then you can pop the glass on the SUV version as well. But look at this. You roll out to go camping in this, it just does not get much cooler than that. Look at that. This setup is so awesome. They're showing off a little bit more of the accessories you can get here. I love how they've stuck the spare wheels and tires up in the back. But just to talk about this vehicle in general, the Hummer EV, I mean, think about that. Think back 10, 15, 20 years ago, imagining an electric Hummer. But I tell you what, this thing is gonna be capable just to the extreme. And what a cool design. And they literally have thrown every bell and whistle at these things. But to see them in person is really awesome. I'm really enjoying these. I think they did a great job. But I wanted to show them to you. There's kind of 4 iterations here, so you could kind of see the difference. And I'm actually really digging that little SUV over there. But I tell you what, 800 and some odd horsepower versus 1,000 horsepower. I have a feeling you're gonna be rocking down the road pretty quick if that's what you wanna do. So remember, they've got the watts to freedom mode, and that's gonna get you moving, really moving down the road. But anyway, I wanted to give you guys a little bit of a taste of some of the stuff you see here at SEMA. This is a great display that GMC has for their Hummer, giving you multiple ones to look at. And like I said, we got to see it running around outside last night. But these are just too cool. I don't know how you deny that. But SEMA is where you come to see cool stuff like this, even directly from the manufacturers. And then you talk about all the extra stuff that you're gonna see here at SEMA. Just so cool to see this here in the flesh. I'm glad you guys could view this video and I could show you this. You obviously have found us at youtube.com/driveitout. You can find us also on Instagram at driveitout. You can find me on Instagram at naturallyaspiratedadam. But I was excited to show you this. Thanks so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and we will see you next time.